Speaking of history, can I tell you guys a story real quick?
Please.
Let's go.
Have you ever heard of the man Philip K. Dick?
No, I have not.
Okay, neither have I.
Okay.
Until I saw this one video. This YouTube channel, Be Inspired, they did a great video on it. So Be Inspired, Philip K. Dick, great video.
Be inspired right now.
Philip K. Dick
Yes.
was an author. He was born in 1928. And he wrote the book, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?
That's such a cool name for 1928.
Well, it was in the,
he was
the
later, for
60s
sure.
when he wrote this book.
Oh,
But that book is what inspired the movie Blade Runner.
Oh, funny.
cool.
Yeah. Like a very futuristic
Yeah.
dystopia, all this stuff.
That'd be a fun read.
Yeah. But he wrote, I mean, just a ton of books about the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then in 1977, he gave this speech in France. And the speech title, or the name of the speech was called, We Are Living in a Computer Programmed Reality.
Okay.
Bear with me for
Yeah.
a second, all right? So basically, in this speech, people came because they enjoyed him as an author, but and then they're expecting him to talk about his books,
Sure.
off script, not off script. He was reading from a script. He's like, this is what's happening. This is reality. And people were like, what? But basically in this speech, he talked about how reality and time can shift. And his quote is, reality can be altered in subtle ways, not fully replaced. It's basically the multiverse theory.
Sure.
But he's saying that he knows it for a fact that this is happening.
Where
And
does he
this
claim to get this information?
I'll tell you.
Oh, no.
But he even quoted like Jesus was even like trying to speak into this, where he's like, my kingdom is not of this world. My kingdom is within you or among you. He's basically like, there's different dimensions that are all interacting with each other. And sometimes they overlap and change. Like something that we talked about on Patreon last week, how they're studying if something that you can do in the present can change the past.
Sure.
He fully believed that.
Okay.
And the Jesus stuff, don't take that.
No.
Like he was, yeah.
That ain't gospel.
But basically his theory, it goes with the now known multiverse theory, which is a pretty popular theory among like scientists and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
And he gave examples of like how this could happen. So like, have you ever seen, or have you ever reached for a light switch and realized that it was never there, or swore that your car had a vent that suddenly didn't exist? Philip K. Dick thought those weren't brain glitches. They were echoes from another version of reality.
Oh my gosh.
And I think we've all done that, right?
Sure.
Where
yeah.
we've like, wait a second.
Yeah, there's always
you go
been
for a light
moments.
switch, you're like, wait, it's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's saying there's so many realities, and sometimes something will happen and it'll shift just
Glitch
slightly,
over for a second. Yeah.
and then you'll be in a new reality. It's really creepy stuff.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
But let's see. So he said he claimed in 1974 he was allowed to remember things. He was allowed to remember things that happened to him on track A, and that his book name was "Flow My Tears." The policeman said. His titles are crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they're good. It makes me interested.
But he said in this book that he wrote this book and he could not get it published for 2 years, and he finally got it published. But then when he got it published, something happened to him, and what happened to him was that he ordered. This is a crazy story. He ordered delivery to his house. This lady delivery driver came, opened the door, and she was wearing a Jesus fish necklace, and the line shone on her necklace and reflected off of it. And he said this pink beam went straight into his eye. And he said instantly he received all these downloads and visions of previous realities that he had been in.
That's insane.
Yes.
This is his real life, not his book.
This is real life. And so that's what got him down this whole tangent of like just being like, this isn't reality. Yeah. This isn't our reality. There's so many different more realities. But what's creepy is that, so he ended up dying in 1982 at the age of 53 from a stroke.
Oh, no.
But what he did was in his books, he predicted so many technologies that we use today, including AI.
Uh-oh.
But he said through these downloads, he was getting all these all these revelations from this one being. Where is it? Which he called Valis. So he said he was receiving vast amounts of knowledge in all sorts of things, philosophy, theology, and science from something he called Valis, which stood for Vast Active Living Intelligence System. And through this Valis,
Yeah.
he was able to write things in his book of like what the future is going to be like.
It was just like literally just speaking through him, basically.
Yeah. But in his books, he talked about facial recognition.
Mm.
He talked about predictive policing, which he wrote Minority Report. He predicted the internet in 1969, 3D printing, memory altercation. What else?
Now, were these fictional books?
Fictional. Driverless cars, which I mean that's not too hard to predict,
Yeah,
but
sure.
he still did it.
Yeah, there's some of these where you just like maybe like the mind could just go there.
Yeah.
But
He talked
still.
about escapism via virtual reality.
Wow.
And then the biggest one is AI. He fully predicted in his books. He wrote about AI and how it would act and how it could potentially take over. But
makes you wonder what else he wrote about.
That makes you
that
wonder.
may have not happened yet.
And this is what's crazy. He's a crazy person, right?
Yeah.
Well, not as crazy when he's being followed by the FBI and CIA.
Wow.
This is confirmed.
Confirmed.
They were following him.
They were tracking him. They bugged his house. They were caught. The FBI was caught opening his mail one time.
Oh my gosh.
And then he was warned that they were going to raid his house. And he's like, no, there's no way. Sure enough, the CIA came and raided his home, opened his safe, and took all of his documents.
Bro, this
Those
is Nikola Tesla
boogers.
all over again.
Yep.
What in the world, bro?
Yeah. So
There
that.
has to be something to this. These downloads, dude, are fascinating.
Yeah. And then he died in 1982, very shortly after discovering that the CIA and FBI were after him.
Well, yeah, that just happens. I'm sure there was no foul play.
Yeah.
Of course not.
But I just thought that was crazy. This guy, I mean, there's so much more about, I mean, he has like so many books that would
Yeah.
be really interesting to go into each one. But I thought it was interesting if we've talked about AI before being potentially like an entity.
Yeah.
Right. And it sounds like this entity that was communicating these things and even the idea of a multiverse to them, which they've discovered with the quantum computer that it's like, oh, yeah, there's multiverses. Right. It seems like there's something connected with multiverse theory and AI and quantum computers that he was talking about and he was potentially receiving these things from an entity called Valis,
Yeah.
which is the Vast Active Living Intelligence System.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my chair, by the way. I didn't fart.
It's okay. You're allowed to.
It's okay.
It was my chair.
All right.
Don't be ashamed of it. Oh, look, see how it did it again? It didn't.
Yeah.
That's
Was
spooky,
he?
man.
Was he? Because I'm seeing something about his works being tied to Gnosticism and Gnostic Christianity, which was like a
Yeah, I didn't go
sect.
too far into all that stuff.
Because so they believe in like a dualistic reality and that like the spiritual world is good, the physical world is bad, and kind of being torn between the two. But
Yeah.
then, so it's got me thinking, what if AI, and this is after just seeing that one, quick little thing I read, but could AI be the remanifestation of a bad theology as a perversion? Like it's Gnosticism all over again. This reality, the reality you can construct. So not only is the spiritual good, or we would say the other than physical good, elevating something else, the physical is bad. So escape into this own reality that you create. And we've seen that illusion played out through history, whether it be by the use of drugs, escape into another reality or escape into this reality. And he's writing about some sort of intelligence that was representing maybe another reality.
I will say this is I totally forgot to say this part. This Valis thing with these downloads, they said as soon as that pink beam went into his eye, he instantly saw another reality that he had where his infant son went undiagnosed with a very rare disease and died. And he immediately, that day, after seeing this beam of light into his eye, took his infant son into the doctor. They discovered that same disease and saved his life.
Weird.
Bro.
That is weird. And he's just like, I had a vision, basically.
Yeah.
That this was happening. Can you check it?
But he also believed that he was living in he really went mad. And that's probably why he had a stroke, because
how
his
could you
brain was
not?
like, but he fully believed that he was living in two realities at the same time. One in California in the 1970s, and the other in the first century Rome as a Christian slave.
Whoa.
And he said he could go back and forth with each consciousness at any moment.
That sounds dangerous.
Yeah.
Golly,
And you
man.
think, okay, this guy is just a kook. He's crazy. But then why is the FBI and CIA interested in his stuff?
Yeah, not only does he predict things that, I mean, that's a lot of predictions that come right, but also the sun. Also, the fact that our two biggest corporations, I mean, secret government agencies in the world are following him,
Yeah.
checking him out, rating him. He's
Yeah.
on to something. There's something there.
Which a lot of people claim like, oh, the CIA, FBI thinks that's not real. But there is, if you go on the Freedom of Information Act, you can find, well, it's like a 12-page document that FBI has that is disclosed. So like what is still
Yeah, for sure.
top secret or whatever. What do you call it?
Classified.
Classified.
Ninjas are butterflies.
Did I say ninja? I meant
The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
I said empty your mind.
you learn martial arts. Ninjas are